Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a mini brands create. This is the Disney Snacks edition. Hopefully we got a new one, so let's see what's inside. I think we've only made 3 of these, so let's hope this isn't a duplicate. It's Moana! I wanted to do this one. So one side is the checklist, the other side shows you the instructions. So it looks like we're adding, kind of looks like granola, resin, cure it, then you add a little bit more, and then you add all the toppings. And you do that in steps, that way it doesn't sink. So it looks like there's a lot of cute little things that go with this one. Additional information. Oh, how cute. So here's the bowl. It does say Moana on it, and it's a beautiful design to look like a coconut. Then we have cookies. Has the boat. Oh my gosh, they're little tiny seashells. That's adorable. Okay. Of course, the UV flashlight with her on it. Some tongs that look like clamshells. These are really cute, but I never use them. Then we have, oh, it says nuts. It looks like granola. Then we have flour and mint leaves. That's cute. And one more package that has the resin. And it went flying, but there's a lid for that. A nozzle. So let's clean up and get to making this one. Okay, we're going to do the first couple steps. It says to add 3/4, no, it says to add 2/3 of the nuts and then 3/4 of the resin, stopping about there. And then we're going to cure it. I like how specific it is. So it says 2 to 5 minutes with a flashlight, 5 to 10 minutes outside. So very nice on the instructions. Let's open it and put most of it in here. And this does have a kinetic sand feel to it. Probably doesn't really matter where you place it in there. Maybe just covering the bottom. I'm not gonna well, maybe I should pack it down. Guess I won't, but when you have kinetic sand, stuff like that, at least my experience from the Miniverse, like fish tanks and stuff, it could have a lot of air bubbles, but we are packing stuff on top, so may not be a concern. I just want to take all this out so I know exactly how much is left, because I'm going to have to have enough to cover, yeah, that's totally enough. Cover half of this to make it kind of look like an island. So let's get all of that in there. I did add the nozzle on here, so I'm going to kind of go around and fill it up. There are air bubbles. If you don't want those, you can pop them, or you can let it set here for a while. A lot of times the air bubbles will work their way up and pop themselves. I do love these bottles. They're very soft plastic, very easy to squeeze. Unlike the Miniverse ones, sometimes those ones hurt my hand. I'm gonna add a little bit more. About like that, and then cure it. I let this set for a few minutes, and you could see air bubbles rising up, so probably recommend that, at least for a few minutes. Now I am going to use this, but also I have a standalone UV light. See, it looks like one's trying to come up right there as I'm trying to cure it. I don't know if it's too late. Nope, was not too late. So you can do it kind of gently like that. And then just keep an eye on the air bubbles. But it's okay if you get any, because we are putting this stuff over the top so you can kind of hide it if you need to. Alright, so I'm going to do this, put it under my UV, might even stick it outside too, why not? And then I'll be back to do the next step. This is so hard to show because the resin in the bowl is dark, but all sorts of giant air bubbles started forming after I'd been curing it probably 10 minutes, and they're still moving under there. Like if I turn it sideways, you can see the air bubble migrating, or whatever the word is, over here. So it's definitely not cured. It takes a very long time to cure. So yeah, just keep that in mind. If you have the patience, I would say let this sit on the counter as long as you can. An hour, as long as you can, if you don't want air bubbles, because they are definitely there and I can't really do much about it right now. So all the air bubbles quit moving, so I think we're finally set up. So I'm gonna make sure this is facing me, and I'm going to add resin. Doesn't feel like there's too much in here, though we probably don't need much, honestly. Just need like a thin layer covering the bottom. Lots of bubbles. Could take a toothpick and kind of smear it around to make sure whatever we're going to lay down is going to stick. Okay, so now I'm going to place, I kind of flatten it out, this stuff on the side to make it look like the beach. They have it taking up about halfway, and then we're going to put some flowers and things on here too. Now I'm going to take the boat and set it here and cure it for a very long time, and then I'm going to go back and add the other stuff individually. I think that's the best plan. So here's what it looks like. I'm going to add a bit of resin here to put the seashell. I'll probably set that, then I'll do the flower over here with the leaves. I might put the other seashell, though it doesn't show that. Otherwise, I just have one extra one. So let's see what all fits on here. Let's put one right about here. I might have to take the lid off of this and just use a toothpick, because we don't need much resin. Plenty in there. I'm gonna put a bit right there. And take the seashell and set it like that. I ended up turning it around. I think maybe it goes that way. I don't know. But I do think I'm going to put another dollop right here next to it, and put the other seashell. Then we will cure that one. I'm gonna have it go like that. Just kind of laying side by side. Now I'm gonna place this on here just to see how it looks. I like it tilted like that. Is that how they have it? Kind of. They have it tilted. And then I think I'd be able to put resin on these leaves and like prop them up underneath it. I think I could do that. I'm just going to do it one step at a time. Yeah, I think I want the flower that close, so let's get some resin. And there is like this little part that sticks out on the back. So let's put that like that and zap it. I was just looking at this last picture and I was like, where's that? We didn't get one of those. Yeah, we did. I threw it away. Of course I threw it away. No matter how good you think you check those bags, a lot of times it's easy to throw those away. That's for sure. So let's see. I think I'm gonna do way underneath here like that, and then do one like that so you see it. So I'm probably just going to add it to the back of that petal and do one at a time so they don't move on me. just like that. And like this. And zap it. Okay, so what it looks like so far. Now we're going to add resin right there on that other side. And technically we do have one more leaf, so if you wanted to creep that in there, that way you don't have that extra, you could. I'm gonna put mine angled maybe, maybe not. But I do need to hurry up and zap it. I'm gonna use that last leaf and tuck it there because otherwise all I have is one extra leaf and I hate to not use it and I don't know what else I would use it for. So let's put a little bit there and we're gonna tuck this leaf up like that and then zap it. Okay, so here's the final product. I'm glad that I used the extra leaf and extra seashell. It is a lot easier to tell in person that it's blue on the top. It's just darker on camera for whatever reason. But I do like that you can kind of see bubbles under there. It kind of looks irky, like there's something eerie under there, something lurking. Maybe irking wasn't a word, but you know what I mean. Gives you those ocean water vibes. And there's little tiny bubbles at the top of the surface that you probably can't see, but again, it gives it that water vibe while also looking like a cool little dessert with granola on top. That's so fun. I love this one. So glad I found it. I don't know if I'll collect any more because I feel like I'll get a bunch of duplicates at this point, but leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of this one. Probably my favorite maybe of the series. Though I got Cheshire, I do love Cheshire. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.